Well, what is going on, guys? You got the one and only Lee Bob here. Another 5 likes. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of likes, and you guys must be ready to see the ending of this. What do you think, Mason? Y'all think they're ready to rip and rare and the gold. Alrighty, so what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to connect it all together, and we're going to see if this thing works. So I'm going to try to compile a lot in this episode, so let's go ahead and get cracking. I know it's kind of a sin to do my redstone on red wool, but it's okay for this one part because that's the only time it's going to be done. What we need to do here is this right here is going to be connected. These are your buses coming out or coming to the output. I should rather say it's feeding to the output. Alright, so we got, we're inputting over there, feeding to your output. So this is your output. Now each one of these right here need to be a different color. I like them to be a different color, and here's why. Each different color is going to signify the trace or the bus route to the correct thing. So let me show you right over here how this is going to work. Alright, you have your output coming here. Each output needs to have its own path and needs to be able to cleanly get to the correct bus. And this is how you're going to do it. You're going to put a torch there on a block, and then a torch here on a block. Okay? You see that? You understand that? What we're going to do now is this needs to be run out. Like that, and that's where our orange is going to be. I'm going to go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then white. That's the way we're going to do it. So why don't we go ahead and run this right here. So we're going to actually run this up pretty high, so you can kind of do blocks up high like that, and then each one you can remove the redstone torch and then do a torch there. This is going to be the yellow one, so we're going to run this here until it gets to yellow, and we can kind of use this as a path or a guide too. So destroy this next one, and then destroy that one, and then this next one's going to be green. Throw green down. Okay, let's do another torcheroo, and then a torch here. So you got a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total paths that have to be run. So here, I'm going to do blueski. Blue. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need 2 more. So we're going to need, let's see, purple here, and then white. Shall be the final one. Okay, let's go ahead and run these last 2 up. Oh. There. And remember, black are your buses that go to the outputs, and then the buses change colors. So we're going to go purple. Then we're going to do another blackarooski on top of that one. There. Here. Here. Black trail to your white. Oh, that's purple. There we go. Alright, let's take a step back and take a look at that. Very, very cool. Okay, does that kind of make sense now? You've got each bus going to each one. Alright? So now what you have to do is you've got to make your connections. Alright, so here's how you're going to make your connections. And let me show you this really briefly, and there may be a few cuts because hopefully you can understand after I do it a couple of times exactly what it is that I'm doing. So let's grab our orange and let's make this one orange. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to run directly on top of this. Let's go ahead and run all the way down. I like to be very uniform with my stuff. Let's run one all the way down. Now, this part is totally me. This is my way of doing it, and you can do yours completely different if you so choose. But on this part right here, I like to be one above, right here, because it keeps it kind of tight and compact. But then, after you go one above, you're going to have to start stair-stepping up. Okay, so as you get right here, you're going to have to start stair-stepping up until you meet the part that you need to get to, like so. Okay, that's just me. You can run it. You can be unique with how you run it. However you want to run it, you can do your own way. Now this needs to run all the way out to the last output, to the last piece of redstone dust, which is right here, which in turn is going to be run all the way across, and then we make our inputs there. Okay, cool. Is that all making sense? Let me run one more for you, then I'm going to cut the camera and I'm going to run all the rest of them. All you've basically got to do is make sure that you do not crisscross, because if you do crisscross, you're going to have an issue. Okay, so you can run it however you see fit. It doesn't matter how you run it, as long as you make the connection. That is the key point. You've got to make the connection, and you've got to make the connection cleanly, because if you don't make the connection cleanly, you're going to have issues, and the correct thing is not going to shoot out when it needs to. Okay? So as you see right here, I'm just doing my own little thing, my own little way. It may be a little bit different than the way I did the other one, but that is okay. So that's going to run out, and then that needs to make the connection with yellow. See, that's the essence of being prepared. You need to have your thoughts in line and your thoughts in order before you do this, and then everything will meet up the way that it needs to. Alright, and I've got a potion of swiftness on me so I can get this done as quick as I can in between camera cuts. So let's run that actually out to right there to where it stair steps all the way up. Okay, cool. So as you can see right there, all we are doing is making connections. If you did this correctly right here and you correspond, it doesn't matter what color you made it, but you can make that whatever color you want to, and then you got to make the connections. So I'm going to throw this swiftness down. I'm going to get this part done, and I will be back with you very shortly. So stick around. Alrighty guys, as you can see, I'm still swirling from the swiftness potion, but all of our bus lines are ran, so you can check that out right there and see exactly how that is ran. And there's no really special thing that I did. They're just each one connected uniquely and individually to each bus that is going to be right here for the output. So now what we need to do is, for that, you've got to actually start now running the redstone line. And this is also another tedious part, so I just wanted to cut in real quick and show you the first couple ones that you've got to do, and then like I did in the last one, I will cut and show you the finished product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the white one because it's going to be a lot easier to see. If there's an input going into white, you need to do that and that, okay? You have to have a redstone repeater coming from this input. It is key. It is important that you have that, because if you do not have that input, your redstone coming from another input will go into there. So you need to have only out right there. It's only coming out right there. No input going this way, because that would mess your whole deal up. You need to do this right here. And I know it takes a little bit for it to run all the way, but I like to do this just to be safe and everything do the same. Well, what you can actually do is, from this point on, you can run about 10 redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then do a repeater. And that's just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 repeater. And that is just so the time for the computer to process doesn't take as long. I like for it not to take a long time for it to process after I've input my information. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 repeater. And you can actually go more, but I just want to do 10 as just practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I'm going to have to do 8 right there. Alright, now you need to run it down. Okay, so this is going to be run down here. And I calculated this. I think this was like 13 blocks, so I should be good. I should not run out of redstone signal right here. Should still be active. Yes, cool. Alright, let's run more redstone down here. Like so. And then do repeater. And then redstone, 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 redstone. Right there. So now that top should be retracted. Alright? Very, very cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut video, and I am going to run each of these lines the exact same way, and I will be back with you shortly. Shoo! Okay guys, I am back. That took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I've got all of the redstone line ran, so I'm going to show you basically all that it is. I just copied everything and ran the lines the way that they should be. So there you go with that. Now I'm going to show you how to run one of these, and then in the next episode there's going to be a final episode, and you don't have to do any likes for that one, but I'm going to show you the finished product after everything is done. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this black wool right here, and we're going to run a line right here. We're not going to do it yet. I just want the line already to be run right here. Okay, now as you can see, everything is like that. Yeah, I mean, it's looks like an 8 right now. It shouldn't be, but if I flick one of these, everything should go back. You see that? But now if I flick it back and make it 0, this is basically 0 right here. 0 should be true. There you go. Now if you want to mess around with the ticks on there and make it to where everything comes up at the same time, by all means do it yourself. I'm not going to do it. But that is not a 0. That's our problem. So what we need to do, you can do it one of two ways. One, you can go ahead and wire everything on this going up right here and then process of elimination. Or you can look back here and see which ones you do not need. And to obviously make this a 0, I do not need the middle one. So I need to go see which color corresponds with the middle, which is going to be green. And I need to break the circuit on this. Completely take it out of the loop right here. Like so. Completely out of the loop. And now we've got 0. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to run the number 1 for you since it's simple enough. So let's look back here. All for number 1 that I need is the 2 right ones. So the 2 right ones are going to be blue and orange. So let's go over here and let's just go ahead and run our black. I like to run black all the way up because I like uniformity. I like for everything to be uniform and look the same. It's not needed on all of these, to be honest, because you're not going to need obviously the top line every single time, but I like doing it strictly out of uniformity. And but for time purposes, I'm not going to do. I'm just going to run the wire that's needed on this. Okay, so let's go ahead and run our redstone dust like that. Okay, so now to make one, I need a 2 right, which is going to be orange. So I can run a line straight to orange. All right, and remember, 1 here, 1 there. Strictly because nothing needs to come back in on this. So here's 1, and now I need blue, correct? Blue is the other side of it. Alright, so let's run our bus over here. Do 1 here. Dust. There. And then redstone all the way to here. Now, here's where everything comes into play. Let's remember what binary is. You've got 1, 2, and 4. So for me to make 1 in binary, I just need to flick down the first one. 1. There we go. And we've got 1. Very cool. Alright, so now let's flick that up and make it 0. And like I said, you can mess with the settings and have it all tick at the same time so it looks good. But I'm not going to do that. I would mention. No, that's not happening. Alright, so guys, what's going to happen is in episode 5, I'm just going to put that up after this one gets put up because I'm going to complete everything and I'm going to go through all the binary numbers 0 to 7 on this 3-bit right here, and we will be completely done with our computer. And what you can do is try to challenge yourself. Try to connect all of your wires up the way that they need to so that you can make the corresponding numbers right there. Alright, that is your challenge. See if you can do that. And then in the next episode, I'm going to show you how mine worked, and you can kind of look at mine and see if you did anything wrong. But guys, you got the one and only Lee Bob here with Macy. Macy, you've been lonely over here. Y'all, buddy, but it's been cool watching you. I've just been chilling. Alright, well guys, thank you so much for joining me in this, and I will see you on the last episode. Until then, I will see you later. Bye guys.